Hello, planner friends. Welcome back. I am Planner Lex, and welcome to another video. So, this video is about to be, if all goes well, this video could be the ultimate guide to being a planner girl, and not just any planner girl, like a legit experienced planner girl, because in this video I'm going to be showing you how to do a planner setup and showing you all the DIYs and hacks that I do to turn an empty planner like this into a chunky, cool setup with layers and layers of cute things like a real planner girl. So the reason why I'm doing this video though is because I've been in and out of this A6, in and out of my setups, and I came back from a little bit of a funk, and I always say the best way to combat a planner funk is to change up your setup. And so I've been in this setup for a while and never really added deco to it, so it's time now that I know that I'm really into this size and I'm enjoying using one planner right now. So I know it's time for me to add some deco. And so I'm just going to show you in this video just like a couple of things, probably my top 10 DIYs and hacks, and just also like how I go about preparing for a planner setup. And then in the next video, I will show me setting up a planner. I'm not sure if it's going to be this one or this one yet, but you will see it and it will be awesome because I'm going to do it without any sort of preparation, well, other than what I do in this video. So let's just get started. So you will need, if you want to be a planner girl and you want to do lots of DIYs, here's a couple of things you will need. First of all, definitely going to need some paper, obviously. And this is the paper I use. A lot of planner girls know to, I always move the camera, to use 32-pound paper because it's the thickest, it's the brightest, usually. And for inserts that you want, like a crisp look and a super white look, it works and looks way better than, oh my god, the camera. Looks way better than 24-pound paper, which is like the standard kind of copy paper. However, I do know people who swear by 28-pound just because the thinner the paper, the more actual inserts you can fit in the planner. But it's up to you. And then to cut that paper, you're obviously going to need a paper cutter because, girl, let me tell you, cutting all these inserts with scissors is not happening. Like, you will realize that very fast. So get you a paper trimmer. Now, there's some that slide across like this, but the one I have, you go like this to cut it. And I believe the guillotine style paper cutters are able to cut more paper at once. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's just what I had all this time, and that's what I've been using for a while. Then another thing you will realize pretty fast is cutting your paper with this is going to take you 3 years and 10 days. So you might as well get you, like, if you really want to be a planner girl, you might as well get you a 6-hole punch like this. By the way, I'll probably link a lot of these objects and items and materials in my description, so don't worry about that. But this one is from Amazon, and the great thing is that it can cut different sizes. So there's that. And then the last one isn't as important, but if you want to be like a real planner girl, you might get you one of these. This is a label maker, and you can use these to label your dividers and to make task flags, which I will show you how to make a little bit later, hopefully. I'm trying not to make this video too long, but I also want to tell you literally everything I can manage in terms of like setting up a planner. So let's just get started. First thing you always have to do is make sure you cover your functional preparation. So like, I already kind of know what sections I need and what inserts I need just from experience. But it did take a little bit of a transition figuring out how to get the 3-planner system into one. Didn't take a lot of work, but I did have to go in and shop for additional inserts. So that's basically what you're going to do. You're going to figure out your planner system, whether you're using multiple planners or just one, and what size you're going to do, and then kind of check out, if you have inserts for it already, because by the way, hack number 1, you can resize inserts, especially if you're doing like printables. On your printer, you can scale them by the percent or fit to page, or some printers you can literally just put in the size that you want, like mine. I have a setting on mine that just lets me print A6 size. So basically, to kind of figure that out, you might just want to make a list of all the things you need in your planner, categorize it, and then those categories will turn into your sections. So what I have here is to do, month, week, day, night, goals, school, work, lists, health, and notes. And then I know I'm going to add a couple of top tabs too. And those would be like my subsections. So once you figure all that out, you can go and shop for your inserts. You're going to find some shops carry printed inserts, so it's already done for you. Like, for example, my 8 Lotus weeklies, I think, no, maybe my dailies. Yeah, my dailies were pre-printed. So it has that perfect crisp edge. But if you want a printable and you want that crisp edge, but you want to get it from home, another hack I have for you is getting some pre-printed, pre-punched paper. Now I have A6 and I have personal. I got it from Amazon, and this saves my life because all I have to do is stick this in the printer, adjust my settings. Like I said, my printer already knows that what A6 size means, and then I adjust it also on my computer, print it out, and it comes out just as crisp and as perfect as if I were to just purchase it. Or you can do the traditional way in terms of printables and just print it on the regular letter size paper and then cut it out with your paper trimmer like I mentioned. So there is that. And as you saw me pulling this in and out, another hack, these hacks are going to be coming left and right, guys, is slitting the holes. So all I did was go with the scissors like that, and that allows you to pull your inserts in and out, because if you don't know, opening these rings too much can cause gapping, and if you haven't, if you want it to last a long time, or you're thinking about, reselling it, getting rid of it, destashing it, you will have a hard time if the rings are gapped. So you just want to protect those rings by just pulling the paper in and out like that instead of opening the rings, if that makes sense. Okay, so that was a lot, I know, but let's keep going. So the next tip I have for you is organizing inserts. Now, one of my favorite tips for organizing my inserts is an accordion file. This looks kind of janky because it's old, but that's because it's been working so well for so long. So I have my personal inserts in here, and I had one for pocket size. It was like a flashcard one. I haven't found one for A6 yet, but basically I just got this from the dollar store. I labeled it with my label maker, the different types of inserts I have, and I can literally just pull out whatever I need when I'm doing a setup. So get you one of these. So how many hacks was that? I don't even know, like 4 or 5 already. So yeah, so once you take care of your inserts, you might want to move on to your dividers, the categories that you sectioned out when you made that list. As you can see, I kind of already have some. I have some store-bought, but you can also DIY dividers. I think that's one of my favorite things to DIY, actually. But these, I'm not sure where they came from because they came with the planner when I got it from someone. But the second set is from Cloth and Paper. And as you can see, a trend right now that has been pretty stable for pretty long are transparent or frosted dividers. And so you can custom make those like I have done here, DIY clear dividers by using your laminator and laminating it. So this is kind of what a laminating sheet will look like. Actually, let me show you the packaging too. I got this from Target, but I'm sure they have it on Amazon too. These laminating pouches, and that's what my laminator looks like. And so they come like this. It's a little pouch, and you basically put anything that you want to laminate inside. But if you don't put anything in, you can create just like a clear sheet. So it comes kind of clear, but the inside is frosted. And then if you just laminate it, it creates a clear sheet. So what I do to make those dividers is I literally just trace another set of dividers, or if you don't have any dividers already, you can find like templates on Etsy or just kind of wing it. So I traced the ones that came with my Mulberry agenda, traced it on that laminating sheet, covered it with some gold washi and some sticker tabs, but I could have also used my label maker to label these. And they came out super cute, and I just love that clear look. I think everyone is loving that clear look right now. You can also make it out of paper. I made some white ones out of the 32-pound paper that I then laminated. I don't know, one of the tabs is missing, but these look really good. They look really professional, and I made them myself. So yes, that's another DIY for you. So yeah, paper or a laminating sheet, I would say, are my go-to, but I know some people also use vellum, which I totally should have mentioned this already when I was talking about like things you might need. Vellum, get you a pack of this vellum, and if you're not sure what vellum is, it is paper, but see how it has like a semi-transparent look, or like a frosted look, you might say. You can print on this. Most printers can print on this, believe it or not. You just kind of have to adjust the settings to your printer. Like, for example, my printer doesn't print it just easily, just stick it in and go. I actually have to hack it by gluing one edge of it to a regular piece of paper, and then it reads it way better and it comes out perfectly fine. So you might have to find little tricks for it, but I'm sure you'll be able to figure it out with a little bit of trial and error. So if you don't, print on it, you can also just cut up that paper and then laminate it to make a semi-transparent, like more of a frosted look divider. So yeah, dividers are awesome. I love dividers. And speaking of those, I'll probably show myself making those top tabs in the next video that I mentioned, because I know I already need like a project tab. I think I want a finance top tab in my list section. And I think there was, and I don't know. There might be like a this week. Oh, that's actually more like a page marker. So I always keep bits and scraps. Of paper that I use. I rarely throw them out, because another hack is to use them for page markers. So I could go ahead and laminate this and create a page marker for myself pretty easily. And here's a vellum one that I love the glasses look, so I might use this one in my school section as a page marker for my school section. So that's another way to kind of like divide your sections up, or just kind of bring you to a section really fast. So that's all about dividers and page markers and tabs. And those inserts and dividers are kind of what I consider to be the most functional. You might want to add additional writing space though, like I have here in the back. Because my planner is also a TN, I have a TN insert. This is like a journaling insert that I got from Peanuts Planner Co. Or I can also, not all planners can do this, but I can also stick my Stalogy in the back for additional writing space. I've seen people put thin notebooks in the back. This one's pretty thick, to be honest. I would love to get like a half year, but that's another way to extend your planner in another functional way. I guess while we're here, like some people use their planners as wallets. So to make it more functional in terms of a wallet, you might want to add like a cash envelope system. Again, I could probably DIY this with my laminating sheets, but I did get this one from Peanuts Planner Co. And a planner with like a back pocket would be best for that. Or to add cards, you might just want to get you a card holder. Do I have one here? Yes. A card holder will allow you to hold like your credit cards, or I kind of keep mine pretty with pretty planner cards. So that's kind of the functional side of your setup. But my favorite, not gonna lie, is the decorative stuff. And I try to keep most of my deco functional too. But of course, there's gonna be this solely pretty stuff. So probably the first thing I would mention are dashboards. Those are just kind of like the things that are just in there. Like this one I made myself. It's on Vellum. And another hack, you guys, making your own dashboards is very possible on canva.com, a free website that kind of allows you to be your own like graphic designer. It's super easy, super user friendly, and if you upgrade, you can get access to even more things. But it does come with a lot just from the free I don't want to say subscription, but account. So dashboards. You can make some yourself, or, well, let me just show you some of the ones I made myself. This one I consider like a functional dashboard because it's pretty, but it also has like my list of goals. Another one could be like a vision board, or this one is a purchase one, not sure where it came from, but this is one you could buy like that. A lot of shops carry dashboards now. It's pretty common to see them throughout a planner setup. In here, I have more. This setup. This is a complete setup. I should really be showing this one as an example. I got this from Shop Minted Sugar. It has my name customized on it, so it's less functional. But definitely layering these and including things to personalize it is what a planner girl would know to do. And just kind of how I go about making my setups. The first couple of pages might be less functional, but as it goes on, I definitely have more functional dashboards sprinkled about. Might have like inspirational quotes, lists, or as I said, like my routines, goals. Section covers are kind of like dashboards too. So I kind of like to show what the section is. So this one says weekly agenda, and I layered it with Vellum. And then I have another one, I think my finance section. Yeah, finance section. So I can just kind of have a nice start to each of my sections. And that's another way to really have a nice full setup. So what else did I have? So another dashboard you probably saw already is like this one. This is like a clear top loading pocket or dashboard. A really famous shop that sells those is Foxy Fix, like this one I have here in the front, and I also have one in the back. But you can also make them yourself. So another DIY I have for you is DIY clear pockets. So just as I mentioned with those laminating sheets, this is a completed one. Top loading. I can stick papers in there, decorative like deco pieces. So all you have to do is take one of those sheets like I have here, and then cut it to the size of your paper, and then you stick it in the pocket. So I took one sheet and cut it in half to save laminating sheets, but you don't have to do that. That's just kind of a hack. So you open the sheet, and then it comes with the two matte sides together. You're going to flip it the opposite way so that they don't fuse together. The two matte sides are supposed to fuse together, so if you don't have them together, they won't. Then you stick it in the pocket. Kind of try to line it up perfectly. This is probably my favorite DIY that I figured out. So I'm trying to line it up. And now it's in there, and I'm going to stick it in my laminator. And it's going in there now. And then when it comes out, I will just cut to size and then repunch it. And then I'll have another little pocket to stick things in. And it's clear. I'm doing a video. Sorry about that. So yeah, it's going to come out, and then I'll just cut down the size and create a little pocket. And I will show the results in my next video because it's taken a little too long. Okay. Here it is. So here's how it comes out. It's not perfect, but I think that should still be fine when I go and cut around it. And then I will cut the top so that I can use it as a pocket. So you can make it out of laminating sheets. You can make it out of vellum by laminating it and doing the same thing, because when you stick 2 sheets of vellum together, they won't fuse together. So when you cut that slit, like I said, you'll still be able to have a pocket being created. Or you can also use another type of paper, which I forgot to mention, is acetate. You can make it super simple with just some tape and 2 sheets of acetate, like that kind of, and that can make you another pocket. So this is the 100% transparent version of vellum. So vellum, I would say, is like 50%. Acetate is like 100% transparent, completely clear. And definitely, I don't think I said this yet, but it's pretty obvious. I like to layer my vellum and my acetate to create like a super cool layered look, and you can see different patterns throughout the planner. So that's the pockets with vellum, with laminate. I just made one in front of you, but I will show how I use it in my next video. Another thing you might want to add are journaling cards, planner cards. So the way I understand it is journaling cards are ones that you can write on that kind of have prompts like I have here. These 2 are from Wildly Noted by my girl Jazz. And I would consider these journaling cards because they have prompts that I can write on and stick in and out of my planner. I've actually been using these really often. Well, the ideal morning and evening one, I've been using that a lot. Or some journaling cards are purely decorative, like, for example, like this freebie from Cloth and Paper. It has an inspirational quote on it, but it doesn't actually like serve a function, let's say, except to really inspire you or something. And you can get these like anywhere. Some of my favorite ones are from Sequins and Paper, like this one that has a Bible verse on it. And again, you can make your own probably on Canva just by, coming up with your own quote or design. But back to the functional ones, a hack I have for you, if you want to be able to reuse your journaling cards and write on them multiple times, get you some transparent sticky notes like these. Yes, it's almost like vellum, but in sticky note form. And if you stick one on top of your journaling card like that, you can write on it multiple times. Peel off the note, put it back on. I use this a lot. Back when I was in Pocket, I had this as my habit tracker, and I set up a new one every week just by writing on top of it. Like so. I will show you. Let's say coffee. So I wrote on it. Let's say I checked it off. And then when I'm done with the week, I can do it all over again with a new note. I think I'm going to do that for the self-care check-in so that I can just keep reusing it, because it only came with a few, and I'm the type that I kind of like to hoard, so I want these to last forever. So I'm definitely going to do that. Or you could also just laminate it and then write on it with like a permanent marker or a wet erase marker. And then you can erase it with a, like water or I actually use perfume to get rid of permanent marker because it smells good, and the alcohol in it will dissolve that ink. So that's a little hack for you there. And another thing that you might want to add to your planner, this one is definitely functional too. These are task flags. So I have a bunch of them here, some that I bought, some that I made myself, and I bought them from Maddie Plans, who is credited with that idea, but a lot of people use it now. So yeah, so basically these are little flags. I got these flags from Cloth and Paper. And you get these flags, you got you a laminator, and you can just print out like your different tasks so that you don't have to keep rewriting the same thing, and you can move them about your planner. I like to use these to pre-plan in my inserts, like my dailies and my weeklies, and especially my monthlies. I've also used them in different sections. Like I would create a task flag or just a flag for each of my dividers. And then if I knew that section needed to be updated, let's pretend this is one of them. Let's say this said week on it. I would put the week flag in the front so that I'd know, hey, there's something in my weekly section that needs to get updated. So that's a couple uses for those, and I'm going to show you really, really quick how I make them. I have a Brother Touch, P-Touch printer. Just turn it on. You're going to use the smallest font, so size, okay, small. I have all the settings on there already. And if you just print it like just the way it is, it will be a little bit bigger. But if you want the really small font, like this and this, you have to double stack it, double stack the small font, at least for mine. And so let's, for example, say mani pedi. I'm just going to type out mani pedi. To get that second line, press enter. And then I can also do trash. And it's that little symbol means it's going to be in all caps. So then I just print it out, press print, one copy, and it comes out. Please cut. Ooh, I'm so sorry about the camera, you guys. My setup is quite janky, but here's the result. And then I would just cut it out, glue it on. It already has the adhesive, and then I would get 2 notes out of that, and that's the result that I would get. So yeah, it's a good investment because they don't last forever, and your tasks might change, but you can end up making a lot of these and save a lot of writing. I feel like you could make enough of these and never really have to plan with pen and paper again if you have a pretty repetitive routine. So those are task flags, but I actually heard that you can also print on them just the way they are without needing a label maker. I'm not sure how to do it exactly, but I'm pretty sure you just print on the paper, stick the note on where the printed area was, stick it back in and print that same thing again, and then it will print on top of the note. That's just like how you would go about printing on sticky notes in general. So printing on sticky notes, just like I mentioned before, those transparent sticky notes, or even just a regular sticky note, actually, you would get the template, print out whatever you want, stick the sticky note in these boxed areas, or you don't even need the template, actually. I'm pretty sure you can do it without, and just stick it back in. I haven't done this yet, but it's a really awesome hack that I know a lot of people use. So yeah, same way, just print on top of the note itself. That's another hack, actually. Otherwise, you might just want to add sticky notes out and about. You might just want to add sticky notes throughout your planner. My favorite ones to use are tabbed ones like this from Cloth and Paper again. I have these ones from Amazon, and you can kind of use these as like page markers. And then there's also functional sticky notes like this list, the weekly habit tracker, or monthly tracker. Those ones are from the planner spot, or just cute ones like this marble one. I definitely like to sprinkle them about my planner. This Cloth and Paper one, There's so many cute sticky notes out there, and that's definitely kind of an essential when it comes to planning, especially in my methods of planning. So task flags, sticky notes, and then clips like this one. This one's from Sesame. But I also make some myself, believe it or not. Like this one in my other planner. This unicorn one I actually made myself. I had an old charm necklace that I took the charm off of and just strung it onto the paper clip. So if you have anything like that lying around, like any old charms, just get you some paper clips if you don't already have some. The gold ones are prettier than the silver ones, and just do that. So here's the ones that I've made myself. I found these little pom-poms from Hobby Lobby. They were like strung on something. I just cut them out, and I have a bunch of different colors to choose from. There's even more colors than those. This one I made really like a long time ago. It was from a foam sticker that I just literally stuck together on a clip. There's these bow ones that you can find pretty much anywhere now. A ribbon one, I took some ribbon, tied it onto the clip. I don't really use these as much anymore. What I do use are these pen loop clips. You can DIY these, or find them on Etsy. I got this one on Etsy. If you couldn't tell, this is like a binder clip and a piece of elastic, and it's like super glued on there somehow. So those are different types of clips that you might want to add. I'm gravitating towards the charms ones lately just because it's like a cute little, it's almost like a little earring for your planner. That's how I like to think about it. So what else did I have? Pen loops, clips, and then last but not least is stickers. So that's probably a pretty obvious one, but I have some of these color coding ones. And if you check out this setup, I have a bunch of stickers stuck in this folder. Just some people use stickers for decoration. I personally just kind of keep the ones that I know I use a lot in a particular planner, for the most part. And yeah, so that's really it in terms of all the things I might want to put in a planner. And I know some of you experienced planner girls might know these already, but for my new planner girls out there, I hope that was really helpful. And last but not least, I want to show you what I have going for my setup so far. So the last hack, I guess, would be when I'm preparing for a planner setup, I like to kind of look through my stash and come up with a theme, and then I'll keep everything in this little clear box from Michael's. And these boxes are double hack. These boxes are gum wrappers. I have a ton of these because I chew a lot of gum, but I have a ton of these, and they're all organizing planner things right now. And I just fill up the box with different things I think might go cute with the setup. So I started to develop a theme. It's going to be kind of black and brown, hence why I'm wearing this top specifically. And I just collected a few things, lots of journaling cards, some stickers, some more journaling cards, sticky notes, vellum, some dashboards, papers, acetate, different things to layer with, and dividers, and some clips. So I keep them all in here until I'm ready to actually do the setup. So you're going to see in the next video me playing with these things and making a setup just as cool as that one. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. Let me know if you want to see any of those DIYs, like in a more of a tutorial, just focusing on one. And I will definitely do that for you. And I can't wait to see how the setup turns out. So stay tuned for that. And I will catch you next time. I also have this one really quick. Some more journaling cards. So I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.